welcome back. Welcome back. It is a Woman Wednesday indeed on Liquid Lunch. Yes, I'm wearing my custom-styled Collars Closet Swim face mask. And when you host a show called Liquid Lunch and you got to have a few cocktails while you're doing the news with the booze, you get your friend to make you a custom mask with a zipper so you can open it up and take a sip of your martini. Like that, which is a beautiful concept. But I was supposed to talk about Disney right here. I'll talk about that in an hour or two. But my friend Mindie Barnett joins me again. Hey, Mindie, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. Hanging in. How are you doing?
Thank you for giving us a little extra of your time. But I was having
it's my pleasure.
Lots of fun with you. So you were mentioning in the earlier segment that you've been invited on a few socially distant dates.
That's right.
And I think about that, and I'm wondering, like, you know, sometimes you want, like, when you meet someone, you go out, you have a drink, and there are, like, certain signs that you could look for. Like, now, these days, you know, if you're a guy, you got to stay away, and you can make no physical contact, not even a hand on the wrist or anything like that. That's taboo. But
right.
A lot of guys, sometimes a girl pat you like, oh, you're so funny, and then once they make first contact, then the guy thinks, okay, well, maybe, you know, we have some chemistry going because she touched my hand or my arm or something.
So you wait for the girl to, like, touch your hand? Like, you wouldn't actually, like, be like, oh, you're so cute. Like, you wouldn't, you sit there like that until the girl does it?
I mean,
is that what you're saying? On tobacco?
As I mentioned, you know, part of my whole career on Wall Street, I've been, you know, doing 3 martini lunches, doing the business lunch, doing the happy hour, taking clients for drinks. So, yeah, over the years, I would say that has evolved to a place where you're better off, you know, sometimes you're better off if you just keep your hands in your pockets because you never know what someone will say. But then I think a lot of guys look for, you know, the girl puts a hand on your shoulder or your arm and says, oh, you're so funny, you're cute, blah, blah, blah. And then they think, okay, well, she, you know, actually contacted me. Not in a dirty way, but at least there's like, how do you find that out in a social distance atmosphere? You say, hey, I like you. How are you over there?
I don't know. I haven't done it yet. That's a good question. I guess you'd be like, it depends on your body language. I think people are going to have to become quick body language readers and kind of maybe use sign language like that.
Well, how about this? I'm going to give you...
or you can throw your coffee on their head if they're really obnoxious and you run away. I don't know.
Right. I mean, that would be an obvious sign of no-go. But I can tell you that my years on Wall Street, one of the things I've done a significant amount of research and reading on is body language, because in a negotiation, you want to see, you know, how many times they blink their eyes. Do they furl their forehead? Do they put their hand over their mouth? There are a lot of things in common body language tells that you can understand what they're actually thinking as compared to what they're saying, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's very true.
And I could give you, I can give you one tip. I can give you a couple of tips. Like,
okay.
And there's probably guys across America, whoever's watching, they're going to hate me for this, but, you know, I'm going to give a couple of little tips.
I'm excited. Some juicy inside scoop of what goes on inside the mind of a man. Go ahead.
One thing you want to look out for, whether it's in business or in dating or something, most people, part of their body language are hand gestures, right? When they're talking or whatever. When someone's talking to you and they put a hand or 2 hands towards you, if the palms are facing to the floor, that's bad news. They're basically telling you, stay back, stay away from me, right? With the palms are to the floor.
Like that?
If
like that?
That's right. Yeah. Or say, well, let me tell you something, and their hand is down. That means stay right where you are. Don't take a step closer. That's like a body language tell. But if someone's talking to you and they let you see their palms and say, come in, you know, let me tell you something, and they have 2 hands out or 1 hand's out, and you can see that the palms are up to the sunlight, that's like saying, come on in. The water's warm. It's nice over here. So hands up. And if you ever watch Donald Trump when he talks, a lot of times his hands are next to each other, but you see his hands pointing up all the time. That's a positive sign. Come closer. Be near me. And another thing girls might want to look out for, and I got to tell you, is it may seem the slightest thing or the most natural thing or whatever, but when someone's talking and they start to gesture towards their lips or their hand is like slightly around their chin or their mouth, they're not 1,000% confident in what's coming out if they're putting their hand near their mouth while they're saying it. So these are like
because
little
they're thinking
tells.
about how they're going to rebuttal, right? They're thinking of their reply as
Yeah,
opposed to
like,
listening.
I don't really want this to come out of my mouth. So any gesture near the mouth is like, you got to question that. You know what I mean? Like maybe if you ask a guy, well, how long have you been divorced?
Right.
And then the guy goes, you know, starts rubbing his chin, say, well, actually,
Ooh.
you know what's coming at, yeah, you know what's coming after that.
There yet.
might be a problem. Well,
I still like to wear the ring. It feels like very comfortable on my hand. That's
go.
a little red flag, right? Yeah.
No doubt.
I'll let you know how the social distancing dating goes. I mean, I wouldn't be doing that until, you know, we're allowed to actually be out and about. I'm quarantined right now in New Jersey. I do live in New York City too, though, part-time. So I kind of go back and forth. But I picked my home in Jersey because it's a little bigger and I have a backyard and a pool and like there's more space, you know, but I'm dying to go back to the city because I love it there. And that's where most of my dating life exists. So.
Well, yeah, so we got to get back there. About 30 seconds left, Mindie.
Yep.
Tomorrow, the Race for the Ring podcast features me.
Yes. And it's on Apple Podcasts, and pretty much anywhere you can find your podcast. It's the Race for the Ring with Mindie Barnett, with John Tobacco, and the theme of the show is finding Miss Right. So we kind of dived in and asked John, you know, what he looks for in a mate, what it's like to be dating in a guy's point of view, from a guy's point of view, I should say. And, you know, just some myths and truths about dating in a man's world. It's really, really fun conversation.
Well,
so
I gotta wrap it up right here, but thank you for going to me as an expert on dating, because right now I just caught up to everyone. I got no game, and you don't even need a game right now because there's no way to date. But Mindie, thank you so much. Thank you so much, and we're going to catch up with you again next week, and I'll talk to you a little later on. Thanks so much. You're watching Liquid Lunch. Stay right there. Back more after this.